And joining us now is Harvard Student Body President and International Student Abdullah Shahid Sial. And of course, it's commencement day at Harvard. You graduate in 2027, hence why you're not there right now. But that means your status still very much depends on this legal fight. How are you feeling? What's going through your mind in this moment?
First of all, thank you so much for having me. And second of all, I think the biggest concern on not just on my mind, but on the minds of thousands of internationals right now is will they be able to return next semester? And there's a lot of uncertainty around it. And again, I want to contextualize this really well, that these are literally like 17, 18, and 19-year-olds who have come to the U.S. without any family, and they don't know what their next few months are going to look like, whether they can come to the country, where they cannot, whether they can board a flight or they cannot. All of this is placed under a lot of scrutiny, and they're not sure what to do. And that shouldn't be happening to people this young.
You are from Pakistan, right? And yesterday, I want you to listen to what President Trump said, partly explaining his reasoning for this crackdown on international students like you. Listen.
Harvard has to show us their lists. We want to know where those students come. Are they troublemakers? What countries do they come? And we're not going to, if somebody is coming from a certain country and they're 100% fine, which I hope most of them are, but many of them won't be, you're going to see some very radical people. They're taking people from areas of the world that are very radicalized, and we don't want them making trouble in our country.
Would you characterize your peers as radicals or troublemakers?
I would actually characterize them as most of them being teenagers who came into this country without any strong opinions. I'm 20 years old. I'm a rising junior. Yet I don't think I know about the world enough to have a strong opinion or quote unquote be radicalized in a particular manner. And I think that's the case with almost every single international here. I also want to make it very, very clear that this is just a front. This entire threat is just a front for the Trump administration to make Harvard bend according to their will. International students in this case just happen to be the most vulnerable population, who are the least protected by U.S. law, and they just happen to be have found themselves in this crossfire, none of which they signed up for. I don't think I'm radicalized. I don't think most of my peers are. But again, it's a very classic populist narrative of how these foreigners coming in and they happen to represent all that's wrong with higher education at Harvard. And I think the student body at large, not just the internationals, they unequivocally reject this entire this entire notion.
And of course, there are the opportunities for the U.S. to benefit from the knowledge that you have and gain as a student here in the U.S. I know you're majoring in applied mathematics and economics. How are you grappling with the prospect that you may be forced to finish your studies somewhere else?
I think it's really unfortunate, and I want to bring back what he just said. Silicon Valley, for example, was built on the shoulders of international students who came into the U.S., and now it has employed so many individuals. And again, it's really unfortunate that people who, again, represent the absolute best in their own respective countries who come here now can't continue their education in many cases. And I think even if President Trump stops right now, even if he doesn't do anything else, I think the damage has already been done to the point where students from abroad feel extremely unwelcome within the boundaries of the United States. And we'll probably see, and it's very, very likely, a decrease in yield rates. We'll see less applications coming to the U.S., and we'll also see less international students opting to attend college in the U.S. Against their offers from perhaps the U.K. or Canada.
Abdullah Shahid Sial, thank you very much for joining us, sharing your perspective and your experience with us. Appreciate it very much.